with Day After Day Gaming, here to bring some solo Gloomhaven board gameplay tonight to the game table. So, sorry I'm shaking the camera a little too much with doing that, but we'll try to get everything straightened out. I changed the layout a little bit tonight of our setup. I apologize if I'm looking to the left a lot, and my computer's over there. Normally it's in front of me, but we put a camera there instead. So I might be looking on and off to the left a little bit, watching things, make sure everything's working, but hopefully everything will function normally. So, for tonight, we have started 2 new characters. So our town is level 1. For anybody who's been watching the Gloomhaven streams, we are level 1 town. I have our other game going on right now with a Cragheart and a Diviner. My board game buddy Kat, my daughter Kat, is not going to be playing tonight. She's busy with homework. So I decided, you know what? I want to do a board game stream tonight. Why not do a solo gameplay of Gloomhaven? So I started 2 new characters. This way I can have a solo gameplay that I can play on my own when nobody else is available. So hopefully moving forward that means I can play more board games in case I don't feel like doing video games one night. So hopefully we'll be seeing more of this because I want to kind of advance this campaign, especially with the news of Frosthaven. So for anybody who doesn't know about that, which unless you're not paying attention on the world, you should know by now, at PAX Unplugged, which was over the weekend, Isaac Childress was on a panel to discuss for an hour Frosthaven. So in that game, we'll talk about this a little bit while we kind of let some other people join in case they want to watch tonight. But Frosthaven is going to be almost a full Gloomhaven size expansion. It's really kind of Gloomhaven 2. There is no talk right now as to whether or not you'll be able to bring the characters from 1 over to 2. Right now, the idea was yes. That could change, though, so I wouldn't be set on that. But essentially, you have 6 new starting classes, along with 10 other unlockables. So you have 16 total characters. This Gloomhaven board game by itself has 17 classes, so it's almost the same size. He said about 100 scenarios or so, along with a couple new mechanics. So they got rid of the instant kill mechanics. They got rid of actually, I think that's the only mechanic they're getting rid of entirely. There's now a Bane mechanic. You can put Bane on a monster, or monsters can put it on you, and if you wait, you have to wait 1 turn for it to take effect. There's a flat 10 damage that it will do, which could still be reduced potentially by shields or other things, unless you get a heal on it. If you get a heal on it, you'll be fine, but it should be interesting whenever that gets released. So there's a Kickstarter for that in March. Regardless, we have our 2 new characters, already picked out our cards, already set up, got the board set up. We have battle goals, personal quests, got everything set up for the characters. So I do need to do a city quest and a road quest. That will be the next step. Went ahead and set up the board, angled the camera a little more down, so hopefully this is a better viewing experience than the last time we played Gloomhaven. If you have any questions or can't see things very well, let me know. Right now we have our Brute and our Scoundrel. I believe those are the right squares. Yes. I have them in these starting squares. That looks good for me. And we need to actually, we're in town, so I just did our shopping and other things. I got a couple items. I got a poison dagger for my Scoundrel, and I got some boots of striding for our Brute. So other than that, I need to do a city quest and a road quest and start from there. Just so you know, in the first room, whenever we do get to the battle, I'll read the intro, kind of give you a heads up as to what we're doing. And then right now we have 2 skeletons here. So we have 1 normal living bones and 1 elite living bones. And then we also have an archer behind them. Archers always love hiding behind other people, so it's pretty standard. Let's start first with a city quest. And feel free, if you have any questions for any viewers watching, let's see, we have 1 person watching, feel free to ask. If you want to talk about Frosthaven, the Gloomhaven expansion, I'm more than happy to discuss what I saw when I watched the feed, and any other questions we can talk about, feel free to ask. I may be a little bit delayed since the computer's not in front of us today. It's off to my side, so I'll be looking over there watching the chat, so feel free to chat. But if I'm a little slow in seeing you, I apologize. Anyway, alright, City Quest. Having recently returned from your latest adventure, you are approached by a ratty-looking boy in tears. Please, sirs, could you please help me with my cat? He went over there and I'm afraid. The boy points a dirty finger at a decrepit abandoned building. I don't know what else to do. So your option A, you can find a cat. You have more important things to do. Or reassure the boy and go find the cat. I guess we'll be nice and see what we can do and talk to the boy. Reassure the boy and go find the cat. You approach the foreboding house full of heroic bravado. There's certainly nothing otherworldly about the structure, but its fallen beams and piles of rubble do make it difficult to look around. By the time you find the cat hiding under a burned-out bed frame, you are utterly exhausted. At least the boy is ecstatic. His cat has been found. So we lose one check mark each, which is fine because brand new characters, I have no check marks. And we will gain 1 reputation. I will add that in later, so I'm going to keep the card out and about. And now we need to do a road quest, because I don't think, this does not have a link to Gloomhaven. Not far outside of Gloomhaven, you look up to see a large bird flying overhead. Something is odd, though. Its movements are jerky, and there is smoke billowing out of it. Then you see it plunge into a sudden nosedive and crash to the ground off in the east. You rush to the scene and find a limping, soot-covered quattrel kicking a giant wing contraption made of leather and metal. Curse this wretched thing, he yells in frustration. I thought I'd worked it out, and then I suddenly lost pressure in the piston chamber. He looks over to you there, wonderful timing. Help me get this thing back into the air. There's no time to waste. Do we want to do whatever the quattrel says or demand an explanation before you help in any way? Well, I will probably just say, let's demand an explanation to see what happens. Because, if you're going to see a bird fly out of the sky, you kind of want to know what's going on, right? Especially if you don't know what these things are. So let's ask just to find out what happens. You force the quattrel to slow down and talk to you, but his eyes keep darting around in a panic. Don't you understand? The world needs my technology now. I must perfect it. It will revolutionize everything. You agree that the power of flight is pretty great, but you convince the quattrel that the world can wait a day for him to get some rest and organize his thoughts. You help him transport the broken machine back to town. We gain 1 prosperity. So I'll keep that aside to make the marks and add things up later. Actually, I have a pencil. I'll just go ahead and mark the prosperity now, since that is on the board. Yay! 2 more prosperity. We'll level up town to 2. Alright, and now we got those 2 things out of the way. We're going to go ahead and read our mission. So, for those of you who may or may not have been following along with our campaign, we have a Diviner and Craghart who's played the 1st mission, 2nd mission, and 3rd mission. We had to play 3rd mission twice because we died once. And then we also played a random scenario, or random dungeon, using the random dungeon cards, just to level up. And now, since my cat's not here. Hey, Bob, how's it going? Sorry to interrupt, but yes, Bob the Naked Mule. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for watching. We're just doing some solo gameplay time. And yes, I was talking about Frosthaven briefly. I am super excited for it. If you want to continue chatting about it, I'm more than happy to discuss that. I watched it again this morning, just kind of get ready to talk to people on Twitch about it in case they're interested. But I am super excited with it as well. But anyway, with our campaign, we are just starting a new character since my other buddy streamer Cat's not here today, just so we get a little more Gloomhaven in. And we're just starting 2 new characters. We have a Scoundrel and a Brute. And we're just going to start with mission 4 instead of replaying the ones we've already done right now. So let me read this real quick, and then we will get started. So this is Crypt of the Damned. Our goal is to kill all the enemies. It has no requirements. The bandit commander's proclamations of a gloom do not sit well in your stomach as you search the bend in the still river. Something here holds an interest for these maniacs. You are somewhat surprised to find the ruins of an ancient crypt half covered in moss and ivy. The history of this place is old and dark. With no other information to go on, you head down into the depths, whatever these supposed bandits are up to. You're determined to find out, even after you stumble across a large group of them and more animated dead at the bottom of the stairs. You've made a mistake coming here, one of the bandits hisses. You disagree. You are right where you want to be. All right. Nothing else going on in chat. So we're going to go ahead and pick our first couple cards here. and get started. So you should be able to see on the left side of the view today. Of course, I'm on that side. Over here, you'll see the Gloomhaven Helper app that we are using. I decided to just lay out the whole map today just because I'm by myself and it's going to take too long to change things. And I am using the Helper app, so I'm going to add enemies as we go. I should have already added these in, but I did not, so let me do that real quick. We have a Living Bones Elite number 1 and a regular one number 6. And our Archer is level 3, or number 3, regular. All right. Now we've added them in, so you'll be able to follow along on the left side. You'll see their health, their number. If they're elite, they're yellow. And then you'll also see my health and characters as well. So now let me figure out what I'm going to do here. It's always fun figuring out the first thing you kind of want to do, right? Because you don't always know what you want to do on the first turn. Now, especially since I have not actually played a Brute yet or a Scoundrel. So for me, these are 2 new characters. I actually retired out a Mind Thief and a Tinkerer in the past, but I had not played these 2 starting characters, so should be interesting. We'll see how well I do. Okay, so our trap damage is 3. You can see that information in the bottom left next to the draw number. You can see the level we're playing at, the level name, as well as the trap damage, which is the 3. Then we get 6 bonus experience, and the gold's each worth 2. So all that information is on the app. I apologize for taking so long. I don't know the characters yet. All right, we'll just do that. All right. That's the Brute and the Scoundrel. Yes, they do. I agree. The Brute and Scoundrel do synergize together. I have played them on the digital version of Gloomhaven, but I have not played them on the board game. So, I mean, it's not that I don't have any experience playing them. I'm just not used to all their cards. And I actually played them, I think, before the recent update where they added a bunch of the other cards. So I don't know more than like level 1 cards. So I should do okay with that. But, yeah. They're still, I think they're fun classes. I have technically played all 6 of the starting classes, but in the actual board game, I've only retired the Tinker and the Mind Thief. But I have played the Cragheart in our other stream, and then I helped someone play the Spellweaver, but I did not play it myself. So that's the only other one I haven't played physically myself in the board game. So I need to put in our speeds here. All right, and for those who don't know how the Gloomhaven Helper app works, you can load it up on PC. You just download it. It's free. It does have apps on iOS and Android. I don't know about the Android one. I've never used it. But the iPhone one does cost money. It's not free. I think it's like $5. But it is worthwhile in a party environment because everybody can kind of do their own stuff. You can each type your own initiative in for the cards you pick. And that way, when you hit the draw button, like I'm hitting right now, you'll see question marks on the app here. On my phone, I picked my 2 characters' apps, but they're hidden from everybody else. So I hit draw, and it will now do the speeds of myself. It'll show both. They both have to be 10. That's the cards I picked. And you'll see the monster speeds along with the cards that they do. So everything is contained in the app. I can show you briefly here. You know, it's basically the same exact thing on my phone as it is on the computer that I'm using. So I'm using the computer as a server, and all the other devices would just connect into the computer to run. So it actually saves a lot of time with playing the game. I mean, you still have setup time and things like that, but you know, you don't have to set up the monster cards, you don't have to draw monster decks, you don't have to do a lot of extra things for them. You also don't have to draw the monster modifier deck, so it saves a lot of time. So anybody who might be watching the stream here or watching it later, you know, definitely a good thing to use, especially if you have recurring parties who want to play. So it will save quite a bit of time for setup and breakdown, really. So it's really handy. And I like using it on the stream. That way everybody can kind of follow along. So if you have any questions about our comments, again, we are also discussing Frosthaven for anybody who wants to discuss that. Since it's Gloomhaven stream, Frosthaven was announced this weekend. Gloomhaven 2, essentially. So feel free to chat. And don't mind me, I'm looking over my computer screen in case anybody is chatting. Okay. So we have the Living Bones is going to shield 2, heal 2, so not terrible. If I don't kill him, though, he's going to heal. So let's see if I can do some damage. Let's go ahead and do the... Since we have the same speed, I'm going to go and use the Scoundrel first. So we are going to... We're going to move... Not move. We're going to attack the 2 skeletons. I got Throwing Knives, which is attack 2, range of 3, target 2. So we're going to pull our modifier deck, which is this one. Almost got it mixed up there for a second. So our first one, we're going to attack the Elite. We got a +1, so that would technically be 3 damage. However, he does have a shield of 1, so he takes 2. So we are going to remove 2 hit points off of the Elite. And our second one is another +1. That was lucky. So he has a shield of 1 as well, so he also takes 2 damage. Then we're going to move to here. And I'm going to do a poison to 1 adjacent enemy. So I'm going to poison this skeleton for 1. And that is the Elite. And I'm going to put that on here as a modifier, which is right here. There we go. So now you can see on the app, it shows him having a poison now. The poison will add +1 to my attack whenever somebody attacks him, whoever hurts him. They do remove with a heal, though, so that's the only bad part. Now, with our Brute, we are going to move 1 square to here. And I'm going to do a Leaping Cleave, which attacks 2 squares adjacent to him. So I'm going to attack both these skeletons again with an attack of 3. So we will attack the Elite first, and unfortunately I drew a -1. However, the poison adds 1, so technically it's attack of 3, it'll be attack of 4, minus the 1 is 3, but he has shield, so -1 more, which is 2. So he only takes 2 damage. Bummer, he's going to heal some now. And get rid of the poison, which sucks. Now our regular, we're going to attack him. Oh, what a surprise. We drew another -1. So he will also, well, damage of 3 against him minus the 1 is going to be 2. He has a shield, so only do 1 damage. Which is funny. They both got down to exactly 2 hit points. So, now I've done my 2 turns. Put those 2 cards away. Ugh. So much more to do when you're playing solo by yourself. Alright. Now, I get to mark myself being done on the app. I go grayed out when I finish my turn. Now the skeleton is going to go. He is shielding 2, which I don't have to worry about that now. And he's going to heal himself for 2. So, the Elite has poison. Now, poison, when you get healed, only removes the poison. It does not give health back. So he removes his poison, but he is still at 2. And our other guy, unfortunately, did not have a poison on him, so he does heal for 2 more hit points. So he is up to 4. And they are done. Now our archer. Since technically our scoundrel went first, and the scoundrel and brute are the same distance from the archer, the scoundrel is going to be attacked. And we will draw down here at the bottom. He is attacking 3, range of 3, and draws a +1. So our scoundrel is going to take 4 hit points of damage. That is half of the hit points of our scoundrel. Yay. I could lose a card if I wanted to prevent it, but I think I'll play it safe right now and just go ahead and take the damage. I can heal a lot of it back later. Of course, I did use my healing potion, or my healing item right now, or healing card, for my rogue, or scoundrel, excuse me. So we will see if we get some other thing later. All right. So next up, that is the end of that turn. We're going to click next round at the bottom, and now we reset. So let me pick my next set of cards. Bear with me while I'll be kind of slow here as I'm picking for 2 characters. All right, I got our Brutes cards picked. Put his number in. Let me get the Scoundrel ones picked here. Okay. I think I got my cards for my Scoundrel, so let's put that number in, and then we will continue. And draw. So now the Scoundrel's going at speed of 4, super fast. Our Brute is going to go at 18. Our Archer is going at 44. Ooh, attack at 3, that's going to hurt. And our Living Bones is moving and attacking at 45. Okay. So first up is our Scoundrel. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to attack 3 with our flanking strike. It's going to give us +2 attack and gain 1 experience when the target is adjacent to any of your allies. So we're going to attack the elite here. So we're attacking right now for 5 total damage. And we drew a +0. So that gives us 5 damage. The shield is 1, 4 damage to the elite, and the elite dies. So I'm going to take him off the board there. Add a coin. Move him over here for now. And first enemy is slain. All right, and next up. Now I'm going to move back a square with our Scoundrel and end my turn. So I do get 1 experience point, which I get to put on the app as well. It is the blue symbol, and now the Scoundrel has 1 experience point. Make sure I didn't miss one on the last card. I did. My Brute also gained 1 last turn. I just forgot to add it, so sorry. And I'm throwing knives. I forgot throwing knives to get 1 too. Not used to playing these characters. Okay, there we go. Now I should be all caught up. Okay, now our Brute is up. Our Brute is going to be attacking 3 pierce to 2 to the skeleton. And we got another -1. May not have shuffled these decks very well. We'll find out. So, the pierce does go through the shield at least, so we don't have to worry about the 1 shield. However, that means we only did 2 damage to him. So unfortunately, he is not dead. He's a 2, though. All right, and we're going to heal for 2 our Scoundrel. So our Scoundrel gets 2 hit points back. Yay. All right, we are done. No experience for that. I double-checked. And now it is the monster's turn. The Archer. The Archer's closest enemy is our Brute. Even though, yes, range of 3 still, or range of 4, sorry, range of 4 does include the Scoundrel. By default, the monster still wants to attack the closest. So he will attack the Brute for 3. So let's draw and see what happens. And of course, we just got a ×2. Maybe I will drop a card instead of losing 6. I don't really like the idea of losing 6 damage right now, so just sucks. I guess I'll get rid of Warding Strength and continue onward. All right. So the Archer is done. Our Living Bones is not going to move because he's already next to the Brute. The Brute is the focus, and he's attacking for 1. 1 damage against the Brute. I will take 1 damage. I don't want to take 6. So, okay. Next turn. Oh, I should click Skeleton off and hit next round. That would definitely be helpful. So, unfortunately, now we're short 1 extra card. Oops, I put that in the wrong side. That should have been a lost card. Sorry, I fixed it now. We are down 1 extra card, though, which is unfortunate, but those are the breaks sometimes. You know, taking 6 damage right at the beginning is kind of hard to take. Especially when I think he only has 1 heal and it's only for 2, so it would be a struggle to get that health back. Oh, and I forgot, Earth was supposed to go in the air last turn, but I forgot to add that from our heal. But I'm not going to use it, so I'm just not going to worry about putting it on the app. But if you want to see, it does get put on the app all fancy. There it goes. And then when you use it, you click it to take it off. It does automatically wane as well in the Gloomhaven Helper, so at least the app does keep track of certain things. Alright, so our Brute has picked his card, and our Scoundrel. Guess we'll do those 2. Okay. We have picked our cards, we are going, and everybody's going really slow except us, so we should be in pretty good shape. Scoundrel. Cards are moving on me. Okay. Scoundrel is up first. So I actually got attack 3, range 4. I got a Swift Bow card. That's one of the X cards for the Scoundrel. So we're going to be attacking range of 4, so we can attack the Archer. I want to attack this Archer for 3. Plus 0. So we have done 3 damage to the Archer. All right. Archer is down to 2. Then I think I'm hoping we're going to kill both of them with the other attacks, so I'm just going to brave it and be a Scoundrel, because that's what Scoundrels do, and take move 2 and get some money. The money I can also put on the app when you're playing, so all I have to do is tap up here and get +1 in the money token icon. And that got no experience, but that's okay. Scoundrel's done. Actually, I tapped her off earlier. And now the Brute's turn at 15. So we're going to move 1 square to here and do a Skewer. A Skewer is an attack 3, which attacks the target in front of him and the target past him. So basically you're shoving a spear like through 2 guys, okay? So we're going to do that. It's an attack of 3. If wind was in the air, I would get +1 to attack and pierce, but I don't have wind in the air. So we don't get that. We do get an experience point. I'll go ahead and add that now before I forget. And we're going to do 2 card draws and see if we don't get -1s this time. Ah, a +1. Finally got something positive. +1. Oh, there we go. +1. You know what I'll do? I'll start putting the... Can you see that there? Not really. Here, I'll turn it. I'll start putting the dex pools here so that way everybody can kind of see and interact with them. So we got the Scoundrel one happening here at the top, and we'll put the Brute here at the bottom. A little more interactive that way. We'll move the map just a little bit here. That way y'all can see I'm not cheating. There you go. So our first enemy, the Skeleton, takes 3 plus the 1, which is 4. Shield of 1. He takes 3 damage, and he dies. Bye-bye. Dead. Put him over here. And our next guy, the archer, we're going to attack him now. We got a +0. So we did 3 damage to the archer. He needed 2 points to die. So he actually also dies. Bye-bye. 3 damage to you. Dead. Need a coin. Who's here? Alright, and that ends that turn for the Brute. I already gave him his 1 experience, and he is done. Alright, I have 3 cards left for both characters, so we'll go 1 more turn and then either long rest or short rest. Scoundrel's an easy pick, so I'm going to go ahead and do that one. Oops, got to finish the round here. So in the app, even if you don't have any monsters on the board, you still need to do your initiative as you would any other round, because you still are going to be fighting to either get coins in the room, possibly, or to open the door first, depending on what your battle goal is. I already picked my battle goals, but they are secret. I'm not going to tell you what they are. I'll tell you at the end. All right. And our Brute. We'll do these 2. Yeah. Now, the Scoundrel is very good at going quickly. In fact, I believe they have the lowest level card in the game. At level 9, I believe they have a card that's a 2 speed. So that one, as far as I know, would always go first. I don't think you have a monster that low that I remember seeing. There might be. I just might not remember it. So some monsters I fight a lot. Some I don't fight as often. I can't remember anything lower for a monster than like maybe a 6 or 7 at first thought. All right. So, our Scoundrel, being a Scoundrel, I picked a Loot 1 card. So therefore the Scoundrel gets 2 more coins. The Scoundrel excels at stealing items, stealing money from other players. And in the Frosthaven expansion, looting is completely changing. There will no longer be coins on the ground. It's going to be tokens that you will be picking up. And then at the end of the levels, you'll be drawing cards, either based on the number of tokens you have or maybe like different rarities. He didn't quite explain how it was going to work, but you'll be getting resources in the Frosthaven game. So instead of getting like pure money, you could still get money, but you could also draw items at the end of the mission. You might also get resources like metal or ore, like iron ore, or wood, because you're actually building a town in Frosthaven. So instead of the Gloomhaven map that's in the background here, with the town up in the corner, you'll have a separate map for the town where you're building structures and actually upgrading the town, reinforcing walls, building things like smithies, taverns, inns, alchemist guilds, whatever. Building all that into the town as you go around collecting resources and fighting things. So it's really, really exciting from what he said. So look out for that in March, whenever that comes live. All right, and our Scoundrel stole the money and not doing anything else because there's no way to attack. So, in that turn, and our Brute, since the gold's all gone, he's just going to move 3. 1, 2, 3, and open the door. Now, let me populate the next room. Give me just a moment here, and then we will continue the stream. We have a normal cultist here. Of course, we have a door over here. And our objective is to kill all monsters, so we do have to go into this door at some point. Normally, you would go into it now. You don't have to, but I most likely will go into it now. But we'll see where the level takes us. Oh, we have one more cultist. What number was that? That is number 1. And number 4. Let me add them in here. 1 and 4. Whew. At least they're not summoning living bones. They will do that often, and sometimes I've opened this door and all of a sudden the double or triple the enemies in here because all the cultists would summon living bones, and it's not good when that happens. But hopefully it won't happen to you. If it does, just keep in mind you might have several more monsters to kill when you open this door. Oh, bummer. There are 2 more archers in here. Or we will reuse number 3 because he's still on the board. Right there. And we need one more archer. Archer, archer, archer. Where are you? There's one. What archer was that? 3? 3. And we're adding number 1 as well. Okay, that is all we have. So let me add the archers. 1 and 3. Ugh. Not good. There are a bunch of guys in this room. And unfortunately, I stop on the door because I only move with 3. Yeah, no traps, unfortunately. All right, so I'm going to attack 3, range of 3. I did get that card just in case I came into this room and there were some enemies in range. The problem is I have a cultist and an archer I could hit. What is the archer doing? He's moving and attacking. Nope, sorry, moving and attacking, range 5. Oh, he's going to mobilize me. Well, I can't really do anything about that, so we will just have to stand there and attack for 3. So let's go ahead and hit the cultist. Well, he's going to heal self. Now let's hit the archer instead. We're going to hit number, what is this? 3. Archer number 3 with our brute for damage of 3 plus 0. So the archer takes 3 damage. Oops. Somehow I didn't add number 3. There we go. Now number 3 is in here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And unfortunately, at the end of this turn, I'm also down to 1 card, since I lost the card earlier due to a 6 damage attack. So I'm going to need to short rest or long rest, but considering where I am, I'm probably going to short rest. So now the archer's going to go. Range of 5. Oh, they don't have to move. I'm in range of both of them. So they're attacking the brute for 1 damage and immobilize. So let us take care of all this in order. We're going to take a 1 damage first. Oh, 2 times. Whatever. That's only 2 damage. I'll take it. And add, oh, nothing for the second attack. So that's good. So we take 2 damage total. We are immobilized. Here's immobilize. And now the cultists will move and try to attack and heal and do all that. So this cultist is number 1. He'll move here. He is going to attack for 1. Damage for 1. Brute's down to 6. And he will heal for 1, but he's not hurt, so he's still at his current hit points. Okay. The other one will move, but not attack, because it won't be in range. He's going to move 1 to there, and that is done. All right. So, considering the bad placement I'm in right now, we're going to go ahead and short rest with both characters. So on a short rest, I'm going to lose a card at random. However, since I don't have another player to help pick the cards for me, I'm going to pick one myself. So I've lost the Skewer card. I think I'm okay losing that one. It's not one that I would have to keep for the Brute, necessarily. I mean, it's not terrible, but there are other cards I definitely don't want to lose, so we'll take that one out. Let me shuffle and lose one of these cards real quick, and then we will continue. Ooh, our Swift Bow. That's like our nice range attack right now. I'm going to take a damage with the Scoundrel and keep that card because I don't really want to lose that one if I don't have to. And instead, we're going to lose Smoke Bomb. Okay, so let us see what we can do now. I'm in a very bad location. However, I can't really do that much. They're going to attack me. The archers are definitely going to attack me from where they are. Let's end everybody's turn. There we go. The Brute should have immobilized still. I'll put that on him. I tapped it before I ended his turn last round, so it did not mark it as complete. Okay, I think I have my cards for my brute. Whoop, whoop. There we go. All right, let me figure out my ones here for my scoundrel, and then we will continue. So bear with me. All right. And draw. Oh, Cultist is going just as fast as the scoundrel. That's unfortunate. Okay. Well, it doesn't change what I'm going to do, unfortunately. All right, I'm going to move 5. I'm using Venom Shiv with my scoundrel. She's going to move 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to have to be here at 5. Yeah, I don't have choice. I'm going to have to be there. And then I'm going to do throwing knives against these two characters. So that's attack of 2 to both of the archers. So we're going to do number 1 first, which is right over here. We get a +0, so we do 2 damage to number 1. And then we're drawing for number 3. A +1. That means we've done 3 damage to number 3, and actually number 3 is dead. Goodbye, number 3. Sweet. All right. Archer down. Okay. And that's all the scoundrel can do. I got 1 experience point for doing the throwing knives. And now it is turn off the cultist turn. Yay! The cultist right here and right there. The cultist is going to move 1, attack at 0. And on death, if I kill them this turn after their card's drawn, they will explode, doing 3 damage to everybody around them. Right now, that would be both my characters. So hopefully I won't kill them by accident. I'm not trying to kill them right now. So, we'll see what happens. Okay. Cultist is going to move 1, attack 0, attacking the Scoundrel, because Scoundrel moved first, and the Brute and Scoundrel are both at the same distance. So attacking for 0, and 0, therefore no damage. Then the other Cultist is going to move 1, square up, and that's it. Yep, that's it. Done. Now the Brute. The Brute cannot move. Yeah, I'm going to have to do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and heal myself for 2 and put Earth in there this time before I forget. There we go. So we're going to heal for 2. So we're at 8. Phone's in the way. That card's done. Now with our other one, we have an attack 3, range of 3. So my original thought was I was going to try to kill this archer. I had line of sight to it. However, that archer's now dead, so I don't have to worry about it now. So instead, I guess the only one in range, 1, 2, 3, is going to be the cultist. I will be at disadvantage, but hopefully I can still do some damage. So attacking for 3 at a disadvantage. +0 or +1. So unfortunately, we don't get the +1, we get the +0. So the cultist does take 3 damage. However, that's not enough to kill him, which is good. So that's number 1. Takes 3 total damage. Oh, and I get an experience point for that. All right. And he is done. Okay, Brute is complete. Now the immobilize is gone, but unfortunately we're getting immobilized again. No, wait. Actually, our Scoundrel is going to get immobilized now. Yep. Because now the Scoundrel is the focus, because the Scoundrel is closer from this archer to the Scoundrel than the Scoundrel to the Brute. Although if they were same distance, the Scoundrel would still be the target because of the initiative being faster. So, our scoundrel's getting attacked for 1. Another 2 times. We've drawn 3 of those so far. Luckily, it's been on low numbers except the first one. So, 2 damage to our scoundrel. Ooh, scoundrel is down to 3. That is not good, people. Not good. Alright, and now the scoundrel is immobilized. Alright, the archer is done. And let us continue to the next round. Alright, what is the brute going to do now? Now, the brute can finally move. So I want to try to move and get some attacks in, because that's what we need to do, is get some attacking on. I think I need to do that one. Ooh, I can't do that attack. I'm going to move so slow. That would be terrible. Yikes, I'm going to have to. I have no good attack otherwise. Oh, unless the scoundrel can kill. If the scoundrel can kill... Nah, it's still slow. Crap. Yeah, we'll just use both. It's fine, whatever. The brute is going to go super slow this round. Sorry, but it's the way it happens sometimes. The scoundrel, she's going to go super fast, because she can. Maybe. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Scoundrel is actually not going to be going super fast, but I think it'll be okay. The cultist and the other one don't have super fast cards normally. Oh, the archer is going to win. That's okay. So the archer is in range of 4 of the scoundrel. So the scoundrel is getting attacked because it is closer. And it becomes a +1. So 2 damage to our scoundrel. Ooh, we're down to 1 hit point. Not good for our scoundrel so far. Okay, archer is done. Now the scoundrel's turn. Scoundrel is immobilized, so cannot move. So we're going to do an attack 3, which is on the bottom part of Thieves' Knack. Thief's Knack, not Thief Snack. It's not a thief snack that we're eating, so we get a +0. So we do 3 damage to our cultist right here, which is number 1, and he dies. Yay! He was here. And with the top part of Special Mixture, we're going to heal 3 self, because we need some healing. We're almost dead. And we're up to 4. At least we're halfway up. Alright, and Scoundrel is done. Now it is the Cultist turn. Cultists are going to move to an attack 1, so it does have enough to reach the Scoundrel for 1 damage. And of course it drew a +1. Scoundrel's down to 2. Scoundrel's not having luck right now, taking a bunch of damage. Alright. Alright. Our Brute is going to move 3. 1, 2, 3. And do the sweeping blow attack to hit these 3 squares. So I'm going to hit both these enemies for 2 damage. First one, let's attack the, I don't know, cultist number 4 first. Oh, a -1. Surprise, surprise. So we hit the cultist for 1 whole damage. Yay. Now we'll attack the archer number 1. A +0. Dang it. Oh well, our guy took 2 hit points of damage because we drew a +0. So fortunately he still has 1 hit point left. Sorry, I should end the turn, because we did finish now. Not as successful as I was hoping it would be. I was hoping we'd get both of them dead, but unfortunately, that's not what they had in mind, apparently, today for me. Alright. I have the Scoundrel card picked. Let me get the Brute card done, and then we will continue. Alright. Cards are ready, and whoop, I missed the Brute number. There we go. Alright. We have a 4 and a 10. Our Scoundrel's going a 4 and our Brute's going a 10. So the Scoundrel is going to do a move 2, loot every hex you enter with this action. So we're going to go 1, 2, and loot the hex. So we get a gold coin. Yeah, I forgot to add some coins earlier. I grabbed 2 more earlier. They were right here. I just added them in. Alright, and our attack is, so I use that card. Our attack is 3. It's a flanking strike. So it's going to be attack of 3, add 2 attack, and gain experience when the target is adjacent to any of your allies, which it is. So we're actually attacking right now for 5 damage. This is the point where I'm probably going to draw a null, and it's going to make me upset. I do gain an experience point, so let me add that in first. Oh, we did not draw a null. What a surprise. We drew a +1, so he took 6 damage. Cultist is dead. Alright, done and done. Okay. Good. Didn't get any healing back, so that's kind of bad, but most likely after the next turn I'm going to long rest anyway and not open a door, so that way we can get a little bit more health back before we go to the next room. Next attack is the Brute. So, in case I don't kill him, I'm going to do attack 2, disarm, against the Archer. Oh, what a surprise. A -2, so we did absolutely no damage whatsoever to the Archer. However, he is... Oh, I gotta kill this guy off. It's tough running all this stuff by yourself. I keep forgetting to do certain things. The Bandit Archer is going to be disarmed. Stop that. So unfortunately, no damage whatsoever. But that happens. Alright, the other card is a move 3 card. I don't really want to move because he won't be able to attack. Because I don't think I have a range card left, do I? Nope. He's going to have to be next to him to attack, so we'll take a chance and whatever happens, happens. Alright, next turn. So the Bandit Archer is disarmed. He can't attack, so he's done next round. The disarm did not go away. That's okay. The Bandit Archer is not going to be disarmed this turn. Actually, when we draw, it might go away. So we have 2 cards left. That makes it easy. Actually, same for our Brute, right? Yeah, he has 2 cards left, too. Alright, draw. Our Scoundrel. Our Scoundrel is going to move 2 and attack for 2. That would be this deck. A +1. The Archer dies. Bye-bye, Archer. And I guess we'll just move and grab a coin. So we'll just grab this one. And add a coin to the Rogue. Scoundrel. So now the Scoundrel's picked up 5 total coins so far this mission. And our Brute now is useless because he has no moves he can do, so he might as well grab a coin too. Let's grab this coin. Alright, so I don't have any cards with either character. So for the next round, I'm going to do long rests with both of them. So we put initiative of 99 in for both characters. We draw. Yep. And you'll see the next round change, even though it doesn't look like anything happened. Something did happen. We're just going at initiative 99. So I get to pick the card. We lose. It's always hard to pick. So many choices. Nah. Alright, we're going to get rid of Overwhelming Assault. I know it's a big attack, but it's already going to be lost anyway. So if I don't get that one and I use it, I'm going to lose it. So let's get rid of that card because it is a lost on top. And he gains 2 health back. So at least the Brute's up to 10. So that's good. Then our Scoundrel. What do we want to get rid of here? I think I may get rid of Backstab. I know it is a fast card and does have a good move on the bottom, but the top is the discard or the lost card, so I think we'll be better off trying not to do that one. We still have plenty of speed. We should be fine. Okay. Oh, and the Scoundrel gets back 2 hit points as well. Yay! Look at us, up to 4. Yes! All right, I know what I'm doing next for my Scoundrel. Not going to go super fast, but we're just going to try to heal up a little bit more just for safety reasons. So next round, Scoundrel at that number. Okay, and our Brute. I think we're going to go ahead and have our Brute open the door down here at the bottom and go on into that room. Let's see how this horrible attack turns out. Shall we? We shall. All right. For once, our Brute actually beats the Scoundrel. Scoundrel's not going till 33. Brute's actually going at 27. So the Brute is going to go first. With a move 3. 1, 2, 3. Open the door. Flip. And let's populate this horrible room now. We have 1 elite Earth Demon. Which, if you haven't fought Earth Demons, they're pretty annoying. He goes there. He will be number 1. And elite, so he already sucks. He has 13 hit points. He's going to be tough to take down. Then we need to put a trap. Trap. Right here. By the door. And we have a treasure chest. Treasure chest. Where are you? There you are. A treasure chest. Is gone here. Alright. Yep, that is the room. So not too much. We have our Brute, a trap, a chest, and that. Sorry, 1 second. Children coming down. I swear I'll be back in a second. Can you do that for Mom? Thank you. All right. Sorry for the brief interruption. Okay. Moving right along. So our brute. Unfortunately, can't do anything because the range of his attack is only 3, and I stop at the door. So unfortunately, I can't do anything else. My attack is useless. But that's okay. We took a chance, hoping that we'd be in range for the spare dagger, but we are not. Okay, so now it is the scoundrel's turn. So I wasn't going to move with the scoundrel. I was going to heal. I do have move 5, though. Well, I don't want to go in the room, though. Right there is good. And we're going to heal 3 self. So our scoundrel is going to be at 7 hit points, almost max, which should make the last couple rooms a little bit easier. But first, we got to get rid of this guy who has 13 friggin' hit points. Alright. Now it is... Okay, sorry. He's done. Scoundrel's done. And the Earth Demon is now going to move to attack 4 and put Earth in the air. There we go. Moved 2. Cannot attack, luckily. That's okay. Red. All right. 2, 4. Yep. So he is done because he cannot get any further, and we'll do the next round. Okay. Ugh, not doing too well on this right now, but we're getting there. So we got a... Oh, wait, I have a push. Don't I have a push? I can't push enough. Oh, wait, this is our scoundrel. I thought I was grabbing the brute cards. I was like, I thought I had a push. But I'm using the scoundrel. So let's do the scoundrel. Look at the scoundrel first. Okay, we can do that. And actually we can do that. Let's do that. Okay. Scoundrel's not going to go super fast. But that's because I have a plan to at least inflict some extra damage. We are going to take at least 1 hit this turn, though, which could be bad considering he does 4 base damage attack. So, and we still haven't drawn a null in either deck yet, which is also worrisome because we got to be getting close to 1. Maybe we'll get lucky, though, and draw the ×2, right? Can only hope. Oh, he has shield? No, he does not have a shield. Okay. I think the higher level versions of the Earth Demon have shield. So luckily, we don't have to deal with that. All right. We are going to go with that. Here is our tally. Brute is going at 10, faster than our Scoundrel. The Scoundrel is going at 23, and the Earth Demon at 83. Okay, so our Brute is going to go first. So, because I want to kind of get out of the doorway, and he still has to be in melee range, I did put on a move 3 jump card. So, what I'm actually going to do with him is do 1, 2, 3, so we can get the chest, which I will open here, because chest is generally immediate. The reason for that is you could have a negative effect, which, because I play this game way too much, I already know what it is. And I did this on purpose. I sacrificed myself so you could know that this chest is a suffer 3 damage and gain poison. But that's okay. So our Brute is going to suffer 3 damage, going to 7, and gets poisoned. So now any attack against him will do 1 more damage. So for those who might be playing the game later, maybe you're playing with friends, maybe you don't want to tell them what the chest is, let them go in there and get hurt themselves, but you want to avoid it, do that. If my cohort Kat was here, I would have not told her about that room and let her go on in and take the damage for me, but since I'm playing solo, I'll just go ahead and get rid of it now. We're already here, let's do it. Okay, and now that we moved and got our chest that hurt us, yay, I'm going to now do an attack 2 disarm against the big guy. So I kind of did that on purpose. So I knew I was going to disarm him, so I knew I could take damage. He wouldn't attack me, so I wouldn't take extra. So we are attacking for 2. And we get a +1, so he takes 3 whopping damage, and he is disarmed. All right, perfect. So he is done. Now it is time for our Scoundrel. Using the top part of Quick Hands, we're going to move 2 and then attack 2. So 1, 2. I'm also going to tap my Poison Dagger, which is going to add poison to my melee attack. I won't get the effect this turn. It doesn't take effect till next turn. So we're going to do an attack 2 and adding poison. So attack 2 first. We got a +2. Wow, cool. So that is 4 damage against the Earth Demon. He's down to 6, and he is poisoned. That actually worked out pretty well. Now, I'm using the bottom part of Thief's Knack to do another attack of 3. Now, this time I poison, so technically, this is attack 4. Oh, we just draw it 2 times. We just got 8 damage. And the Earth Demon is dead. I did not expect that to happen. That is awesome, actually. Okay. Earth Demon dies without doing a single point of damage to us. Nice. Okay. So, I'm done. Get an experience point with our Scoundrel. We still got some cards for movement, so I don't want to stay in here and do a long rest yet. So we're going to go and use 1 more turn of cards. So the Earth Demon died. Pull him off. Next round, and let's continue on the event. Okay, so our Scoundrel. What is our Scoundrel going to do for the last turn here? Well, not last turn, but last turn in this room. We're going to have to move out, so let's just work our way to the other door, because that seems like the best idea right now. All right. So our Brute. Add him in here, and we are done. So Scoundrel's going at 4. Our Brute's going at 15. So our Scoundrel goes first. We are moving 5. We're going to start making our way up to the other room. And our Brute, since he is poisoned, I do want to get that off. So I'm going to go and use my bottom ability on my Eye for an Eye, which is going to do a heal 2. So I do not get health back, but at least you get rid of the poison. No more poison for you. And the other card becomes useless because I can't use it. So sorry, kids interrupting again. Okay. My other daughter was asking, why is poison bad? Poison's bad because every time you get attacked, you take an extra 1 damage when you take damage. But the problem with poison is, since if you're poisoned and you heal, you only take off poison. So if you have like a heal 5, but the person's poisoned, you actually don't heal them at all, you only take off poison. So it's best to use a low heal if you can to get rid of a poison, and then save your big heals when you don't have poison. Now a wound is different. A wound is like a bleed. So every time you take damage, you take 1 point of damage every turn at the beginning of your turn. Same for the monsters. A heal will actually remove that effect and heal you over the poison. So, oh, and speaking of which, regenerate is also a heal ability. That is in the expansion, the Forgotten Circles, which is we are playing in this game. The diviner can do a regenerate on allies or itself, and it will actually heal 1 point of damage automatically at the beginning of their turn until they take damage. Once they take a hit point of damage, you actually lose the regenerate. But that does remove the wound before the wound occurs and heals you. For poison, I believe it gets removed and then gets taken off the character. I'd have to verify. We don't often have that happen right now, so I haven't verified the effect. But regenerate's a cool new ability they added in Forgotten Circles. And we'll see about Frozen, or sorry, Frosthaven, not Frozen, Frosthaven, because the other two effects we didn't talk about yet. One is brittle. So you can now become brittle, which means the next attack done to you is ×2 automatically. So basically you become partially frozen. So like you stuck your hand in dry ice and they break it and now you take 2 times damage. And then you have the Bane, we discussed that earlier. You take 10 points of damage a turn after the turn you get hit. Unless you get healed, then it goes away. And there's the third one. What was the third one? I can't remember the third effect they talked about, but there was at least one other one they discussed. But I cannot think of it right now. Anywho. Alright, so that one's dead. I did our move. Then we did that. Okay, we're down to 1 card for each character, which means I do not have enough cards to play next round, so I either need to short rest or long rest. Since we are at some damage, might as well just long rest and skip the turn. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do next round, put in 99 for each character. Draw. 99, woo! So I get to pick the card we lose for both characters, and we get 2 hit points back. So let's go ahead and do hit points first. We'll go ahead and get Scoundrel up to full, and Brute up to 9. Let's get rid of our Scoundrel card real quick. Now, the 1 card I have left over, with a long rest, or a short rest for that matter, whatever card you have in your hand, you do not discard. Okay? You only pick cards from your discard pile to lose. All right, I guess we're going to lose our Quick Hands card for now. It does have a move to attack 2 on top, which I do like, and the bottom's a loot, but I think the other cards are going to be more useful in the final room, hopefully. Okay, we are done with that. Our Brute is up. Let's pick a card to get rid of that I'm not getting rid of. I think it's going to be time to get rid of Shield Bash. It's an attack 4 stun, which is nice, but the bottom's only a shield 1. I think we'll be okay for the last room. I feel like the other cards are going to be more useful, so we're going to get rid of our Shield Bash. I do like the attack 4 stun, but I don't think I want to get rid of the other ones quite yet, so. All right, we are ended that turn. Let's start the next round. So the Brute's got some catching up to do. Or at least I could go in with the Scoundrel and pull the enemies out maybe. So maybe we'll do that. We'll see. We'll see what we got in the last room. All right. Our Brute is ready. Got his cards done. Let me get the Scoundrel done here. 2, 3. All right. Okay. Our Scoundrel's going first at 10. I got to move 5, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to the door. So I have 2 movement. I can back out if I need to. But let's see what's in here first before we decide what we're doing. Oops. Flip my book over. Don't see the right stuff. All right. Got a bunch of miscellaneous stuff to set up. So bear with me for one moment. Nope, that's in the wrong spot. Should be there. I believe that's right. We'll verify here in a second. Okay, we got a couple more traps, some coins in the back. This is like a great room for the scoundrel. The problem is the brute's so far away now, it's going to take some time for the brute to catch up, so we'll have to be kind of careful with the room. There also is a chest there. We have number 3 cultist right here. We have a trap right there. There's another trap in the back. And we got 2 wind demons. I forgot about them. Wind demons, where are you? At least they're both regular, so they're not elites. That's good. We got one there and one here. All right, so that is our current set. Let me put in all the enemies, and then we'll see what they're going to do before I decide if I'm going in or not. Wind demons, we have numbers 3 and 1. Regular. And the cultist number 3. Oh, not so bad. Wind demons don't get hit for 1. We'll just stay where we are. So, I did draw... Oh, I forgot to shuffle the deck. We had it 2 times. Let me shuffle that real quick, and then we will continue with the scoundrel attack. So I do have 2 movement left, but I'm probably just going to stay at the door. I do have on my throwing knives, which is an attack 2, range 3, target 2, so I can hit from where I am both the wind demon and the cultist. Now, the problem with the wind demon is he does have a shield of 2, as shown on the Gloomhaven helper. So, most likely I'm not going to do any damage unless I draw like a double. So I'm definitely going to need the brute to help kill that one as fast as I can. Actually, is he moving at all? They are not going to be moving. Maybe I should move into the room. Let's go ahead. We're going to try this out. We're going to go ahead and move 2 more squares in the room. I do have 2 movement left, so I can still do that. And somehow I missed a card. Because what I want to do is I want to try to grab that chest and then probably run out. Oh. Also forgot I untapped my poison dagger, so. Alright. We are all shuffled. Okay, so we used our move 5, all of the move 5. Now we're going to attack 2, range 3, target 2. So we're going to attack number 1 and the number 3. There, the number 1 wind demon will draw 4 first. Now he has a shield of 2, so unless I draw a positive, he's not going to take any damage. Wow! Just drew it 2 times. Okay. Well, he takes 2 damage. Number 1. Was not expecting to do any damage to him, so that's a bonus. And then the cultist next. Cultist. Oh, so I've seen a lot of people play this wrong on streaming, which just adds to the long amount of time you're going to stream. I mean, if you want to do it, it's fine. For players, or monsters for that fact, you don't actually shuffle your deck until the end of the round. The reason is you've already pulled your 2 times, so the next card could be a null. If you shuffle it again, you could get 2 times again, yes. You could get a null, it doesn't matter. But you're supposed to keep going with whatever you've drawn, so you won't get this one again this round, you'll get something else. I see a lot of people pick it up and shuffle. You don't do that, it's not what you do. You keep going until you're done. I would do it at the end of the overall turn because sometimes you have other characters that can influence your character. So they might be able to say, like, do an extra attack with your character. Okay? So if you've already shuffled, now you have a whole new set of cards. You're better off just continuing drawing. The other reason is if this was a null, it's better because then I know that the next card won't be a null for my next attack. Now I might have a null. That's bad. But it's still best to wait until the end of the round of all the monsters and enemies, your next round, before you actually shuffle your cards. So I generally try to do it whenever I'm picking the cards out. I'll pick the cards real quick and then shuffle. But same for the monsters. The reason you do that is the monsters have so many attacks. Let's say if I drew a ×2 here for one of the monsters and there are 3 of them afterwards, if I shuffle, there's a chance for them to get a ×2 every time, which means I'm going to take tons of damage in a row because you shuffled after each attack. No, wait till the end of the round when you're drawing your cards. If they drew a null or a ×2, or both for that matter, then you would shuffle their cards. But definitely wait till the end of the overall round for all the players before you do that. So the app does it automatically. So if you're using the app, you're great on monsters. For players, just make sure you do that after your turn. So we're now attacking the cultists. Sorry for the interruption, but rule clarification. Oh, we drew a +1. Nice. So that's 3 damage to the cultist. Yeah, I forgot the part that sucks for hitting that Wind Demon. He has a heal, so he's going to heal himself for 1. At least he did 2 damage, though, so he still has 1 hit point down. All right. That is all I can do. I do gain an experience point. Yay! I love some experience. And Scoundrel is done. Okay. I totally forgot what my things were. Okay. I remember now. All right, so I'm done. So now the other thing the app is good with doing when you open doors, everything's going to go after you, right? So even though the Wind Demon's technically before, you can drag. If you click on the picture and drag, you can actually drag the characters around so you put them in the right order now. Because even though the number's 10, the Wind Demon still goes next right after me. And then it also won't mess up the clicking of the targets of who's completed their turn. So now I've completed my turn. Now the Wind Demon goes. So the Wind Demon's going to attack 1, range 3, heal 1. There's no wind in the air, so he won't go invisible. So number 1's going to attack me for 1. Aha, null. No damage. Nice. Well, of course, it'd be better if it was a bigger attack, but what can you do? Now, the other Wind Demon can't move because he has no move on his card, not within range of 3 of me, so he's not going to do anything. He's going to heal, although the other one will heal 1. I forgot about that. He is back up to 2. At least he's still down 1, so I have a good chance to kill him next turn. All right, Wind Demons are done. Now the cultist is going to move 1. Let's just say he moves here. Good enough. And can't attack, nobody in range, and he won't blow up unless he dies. So he is done. Now it is the Brute's turn. He is just going to move 3 squares closer. 1, 2, 3. He is going to be taking so long to get to me, it's not going to really help. But can't do anything about it. Okay. Brute is done. Next round. All right, so I want to try to grab that chest if I can. So that's our next move. What I really want to do is grab that and attack. So see if we can make this work somehow. All right, I got my 2 Scoundrel cards. Let's see what the Brute is going to do. I guess nothing except move closer, so that one and, I don't know. That one, I guess. All right, let us draw and see what happens. Scoundrel at 4, Brute at 10, Wind Demon at 43, and the Cultist, Cultist is going to summon a Living Bones. That is a bummer. Yeah. I don't have an easy way to counter that, unless, I mean, I could use the Scoundrel to kill it, but I'm not going to make it to the chest. Nah. I'd rather get that chest, because the problem is if I start killing the other guys, I might not be able to make it to the chest. And there's also no guarantee I'll kill the Cultist even if I attack him, so we'll have 1 Living Bones to deal with. It'll be fine. Actually, the cultist is going to die too, so we'll let him summon a skeleton, then he'll die. So I'll still have 3 people on the board. All right, we're going to move 3 and poison with our special mixture. So 1, 2, 3. We get that chest. We're going to go ahead and open it immediately. If it is an item, you cannot use it, though. So keep that in mind. Items you get in chests, you cannot use immediately. That is because you didn't prepare it ahead of time on your deck before the scenario. So 38. It is the Ring of Skulls design. So I will find that and add that in later. I won't do it right now. The Ring of Skulls, spoiler alert in case you haven't played the game, plug up your ears. If you have, it is a very weak skeleton summon. But the Scoundrel will get it for free instead of having to pay for it, I believe. Or did I get the design? I forgot. Let me look. I might just get the design. Sorry, we got the design. We actually did not buy the item. We got the design for free. So it will be in the store for us to purchase if we want to get it. But it summons a weak skeleton you can use for taking like hit point of damage for you, or if it can attack, which is very rare in my opinion, it might do a little bit of damage. So okay, oh, I don't need those cards. And we move 3. We are poisoning. That's what I was doing. Poisoning the Wind Demon number 1. Whoops, not that. Poison. And I'm going to attack him for 3. So, we did 4 damage to him total. 3 plus the 1 for the poison. We drew a +0 modifier. So we did 4 damage. He has shield of 2. He dies because he takes 2 damage. Yay! The Wind Demon has left the building. Or was he here? Yeah, he was there. All right. All right. And I am done, because I can do no more. Now the Brute's turn. He is going to be really fancy and move 3. All right. That is all he can do. Now the Wind Demon. He wants to move 2, be in range of 3 to attack me for 3. 1, 2, 3. So he's going to have to move at least here. 1, 2, 3. He is now within range of 3 of me. And he's going to do an attack of 3. At -1, so I take 2 damage. Scoundrel down 2. That's doable. It's not that much damage. I'm okay with that. Now, he is done. The cultist is going to summon a normal living bones. I got one here, number 6. We'll just call that one. At the space generally adjacent and closest to the closest enemy. So he will be here. He is number 6. However, he is a brand new summon, which means 2 things. 1, I'm going to put a little summon icon next to him, which you'll see on the Gloomhaven helper. That means he was summoned, therefore he does not drop a coin when he dies, and summoned characters cannot take an action their turn, so he will not move. The cultist also takes 2 damage and dies. Bye-bye. He, however, being human, does drop a coin. Well, I assume he's human. I don't know for sure, but he looks human. Sorry, I need a drink. Getting a little parched. A lot of talking. All right. Next up. Everybody's done. Next round, we have... Oh, well, I got 2 cards left, so I guess that makes it easy. And 2 cards here as well. Okay. Oh, Living Bones is going to go first. Bummer. Oh, but he's only going to move 1. Bam! Can't reach me. Yeah. All right. So, move 1, attack 1, heal 2. He's not hurt. He's not going to heal, so he's just going to sit there. And he is done. The Scoundrel's turn. So, I can do an attack of 3 at range of 3. Or I can move and do a melee attack against Skeleton for 2. Neither one's really that good, honestly. I feel like the attack of 3 might be better. I mean, I could try to hit the Wind Demon. The problem is with the 2 shield, with the 3 damage, I have to draw a positive 2. And, well, if I draw a +0 or higher, at least I can do 1 damage. But it's not really going to be a good stacking bonus, so I don't feel like it's going to be worthwhile doing that. So I think I'd rather just attack and poison him. So let me do this. I'm going to do 2 movement, base 2 movement. And I'm going to use my Poison Dagger, which adds poison on my melee attack. And I guess it doesn't matter which one I did. I moved 2. And I will attack for the base 2 damage. So we're only going to attack for 2 against the Wind Demon. Probably not going to do any damage. Oh, did I draw ×2? I did. I did not shuffle. See, I forgot to shuffle 2 at the end of my next turn. Anyway, this is going to be an attack 2. I'm going to add poison, so probably not going to do any damage, but hopefully next round, since I have to get all my cards back anyway, I can hopefully do some good damage. So that's what we're going to try to do. So I'm kind of setting up for next round, just not really planning for anything major this round. All right. Cut the deck. So our attack of 2, -1. So no damage to the Wind Demon, but he is poisoned. And Scoundrel's done. No experience, because they were all basic move and basic attack. And done. Now the Brute. Can't really do anything but a base move 2, so... yeah, I'm just out of range. Well, no, you know, I could burn my Trample, which is a move 4 with jump, and then I do have a range attack. I do have a spare dagger on, so I could do an attack 3, range of 3. We might as well do that. I mean, it's going to burn the card, but 1, 2, 3, 4. At least it'll get us in there, and we can at least do something, because we've been not able to do it. That is a lost card. However, the Brute does get 2 experience for using the card. So we'll go ahead and give that to him now. Okay. And now he's going to attack 3, range of 3, and gain another experience point for using the spare dagger attack. And that I can only hit the skeleton, so we'll just attack him. So that's this deck. Attack of 3, +1. 4 damage, but the skeleton has shield of 1, so 3 damage to the skeleton. And done. Okay. Now, because of the bad predicament I'm in, I'm going to short rest. So we're going to do that now with both characters. Shuffle up my Scoundrel cards here a little bit. This is the best way to do it when you're by yourself if you want to play solo. Just shuffle your own cards if you're going to do a short rest. And then I just flip over the top. And this is my Flanking Strike, which, yeah, I'm fine losing that. It's one of my quick cards, but we're so far down here, I don't want to lose extra health that I don't need to. So, and let us do the same with our Brute. Oh no, we're down to 5 cards. Nah, we're fine. We're almost done. So personally, I find that I like to not use the lost cards unless I really, really have to, especially in the first couple rooms. Only because the earlier you use them, you're killing yourself faster, right? Every card you lose will reduce your number of turns by a good amount if you think about it. Because when you reach your number of cards at the end, you do a rest and you pick a card, get rid of a card. But every card you get rid of will shorten that span by 1 full set of turns, right? So just keep that in mind when you're playing. Don't sacrifice your cards really, really early. It can just be really, really bad for you. So we are losing Sweeping Blow. Okay. So we have 4 cards left with our Brute. That gives us, well, like 3 or 4 more turns, potentially. And luckily our Scoundrel still has 5. And it is in a prime position, honestly, to do lots of damage. So let us see what we can do. That one. Definitely that one. You know, let's do that one too. Okay, I picked my 2 cards. Actually, I may not do that. Never mind. Never mind. Change my card. Yeah, we'll do those 2. Okay. Whoops. I forgot to end the turn. I didn't take damage either. I forgot to do that. I need to still take a damage from the attack. And he's actually going to move back a square to there, I think. Yeah. +0, so I do take 1 damage from the Wind Demon. Don't want to forget I had to do that. Okay. Sorry about that. Completely missed one of the monster attacks, but I have corrected it, and we're good to go. Good to continue forward. Although, you know what? I'm actually in range now with the Brute, so because it's target 2, he can target 2 of us, so I think he's going to move there and actually attack both of us. So first pull is for the Scoundrel, second one is for the Brute. So the Brute also takes 1 damage. There we go. Now we're fixed. The reason that happened is, since the Wind Demon got a target 2 on his card, if he has the ability to move somewhere to attack both of us, he will do that. So that is what he did. Yeah. Okay. I think that's right. We're going to call it done. Next round. Okay, I got to pick my Brute cards. I already got my Scoundrel cards ready. Put that number in. Good to go. And what are we doing? Yeah, I guess we'll do that one. And sure. No. Yes. No, I don't know. Sure. Okay. And both our characters are moving at 10, so I can actually choose which order I want to do them in. So I think we're going to have our Brute go first, because I want to see if he can kill one of these guys off. So he is doing attack 3, range of 3. Actually, yes. Yeah, we're still doing that. Attack 3, range of 3 against the Wind Demon, because he does have the poison on him, so we will take 1 extra damage. So it's attack for 4 against the Wind Demon. Let's see if we can do anything to him. Hopefully not a null. Okay, +0. So 4 damage to the Wind Demon, who has shield of 2. He takes 2 hit points damage. He is 1 away from dying. So close. All right. And I guess he will move on to this coin to get it, because I use my base 2 movement. He gets 1 experience for the attack. Oh, not health. Sorry. And 1 coin. Done. Is that his first coin? I feel like I got another one earlier. Maybe I didn't. The Scoundrel was stealing most of his stuff, so. Okay. He's done. Now let's have our Scoundrel go. So, I'm going to burn this card, because I can. We're almost done. I think we'll be fine. And I'm going to... Nope. Take it back. I'm going to attack first. Attack 3, range of 4. I feel like it would be best to attack the Wind Demon, because with the guaranteed damage, I feel like I'm going to have better luck killing him off. So let's do that. 3 damage to the Wind Demon, which is 4, because the poison, +0. Wind Demon is dead. Bye-bye now. Now, since I killed the Wind Demon who was here, I'm going to use the other card, which, for a Scoundrel, is an awesome card. It is a burn card. However, it is Loot 2. Here, I'll show you on that camera. Loot 2. That means anything hex-wise within 2 squares of me, which means this coin, this coin, this coin, that coin, and that coin. So the Scoundrel just got 5 bonus coins. Because that is the Scoundrel life right there. Let us add those. We've gotten 10 coins with the Scoundrel in this mission so far. Ridiculous. But that's the way the Scoundrel plays. The Scoundrel can make people very unhappy in groups because of all the loot stealing it can do. Because I have movement that actually can walk over coins and just pick them up without having to stop on them. And then we have a loot 1 card that's not a discard. And then we have loot 2 card. It is a lost card, but there are other loot ones they have later on that can help when you level up the Scoundrel, get you more loot if that's what you want to do. So it's good for advancing stuff on your character cards, or buying stuff in town, I guess, buying items. But yeah. Anywho, Scoundrel's done. The Brute is done. Skeleton's turn. Skeleton's going to move 3. Excuse me, attack 1. So the Brute and the Scoundrel are the same distance away. However, we had I should move the Brute. The Brute actually went first, so the focus is going to be on the Brute. So he's going to move here and attack the Brute. For 1, whole damage. And look at that, 2 damage to the Brute. Next round. All right, in theory, this is probably the last round. I think I only have 2 cards left with each character, right? Oh, those are my Brute cards, sorry. Brute cards. Oh, no, Scoundrel has 3 left, so... we'll do those 2. Ooh, Scoundrel's going to go kind of slow. That's okay. Scoundrel's going to play cleanup. Draw! Oh, well, Living Bones went even slower, so we're in good shape right now. All right. So the Brute is going to go first. Brute is going to attack 3 against the skeleton. No poison, so... and did 2 damage. Oh, that's enough to kill him. 1, 2. Because he had shield of 1, so he took 2 damage. Skelly Boy is dead. No coin will drop because he was a summon. Alright, and we get 1 experience point for the Brute. Now, unless the scenario says otherwise, when you kill the last enemy, if that's your objective, which in this one it is, the game actually does not end immediately. I've seen people do this wrong too. You keep going with any characters that have cards left to play until the end of the round, then the round ends. So, for example, if I hadn't gotten that chest yet, and the Scoundrel hadn't gone yet, this would be the opportunity to pick up like the chest right at the end of the game. Or pick up any other coins that are lying around. There's nothing here, so I can't really move, but in the normal game, the Scoundrel could still move. You can only gain experience points on actions you can complete. So like I do have an attack 3 poison card, for example. I can put that on this camera real quick here. Oh, it's a lot of focus. I'm trying, I promise. Well, whatever. Attack 3 poison card, I cannot do because I can't physically attack. I can't attack the air. You have to attack an enemy. So therefore I cannot get that experience point. And the other card is a move, poison, or heal. So neither one has experience. So I cannot get any experience points with her. There's no coins to move to get. So really she's just done with her turn. And once she's done, now the round ends. We have completed scenario 4 with 2 new characters, the Brute and the Scoundrel. So now that we have finished the mission, we're going to tally up all the bonuses for all the characters and write everything down. Our Brute... oh, let's get our check marks and things first. So, just as the end game, there's several steps you have to take at the end game whenever you finish a scenario. If you complete it successfully, you'll get bonus stuff or read something. I was actually supposed to read something earlier, but I got lazy. When I open that door over there at the end, you're supposed to read about how you bash in the door and there's this huge earth elemental staring at you in the face and he's powerful and going to kill you, but regardless. I'll go ahead and read the conclusion just so we can finish this up, and then we'll probably end for the night. I'll tally up some stuff, and then if anybody wants to talk while I'm put in chat, talk about Frosthaven coming out or anything else they want to talk about, feel free while I read, and then we can discuss afterwards for a few minutes if you like. Conclusion. It is clear that you have disrupted some sort of ritual here. These elemental demons belong on an entirely different plane of existence, but the cultists have somehow managed to pull them through to this one. On the altar in the back room, there's a wealth of scribblings on these rituals. Not all the writing is intelligible, but you get the sense this crypt is a place of power once used by an ancient civilization. The ancients tapped the power of the elements to enhance their own lives, and while their exact fate is beyond your knowledge, it is clearly didn't end well. Among the scripts you also find notes on a couple of other places of power in the area. One appears to see heavy use with the cult, and the other is marked as being overrun by vicious undead. It looks as though you have opportunities to either disrupt more of their work, number 5, or get in their good graces by helping to clear out a threat. Number 5 is the Ruinous Crypt, and number 6 is the Decaying Crypt. Alright, so at endgame, the way things work, for those who don't know, or anybody watching the thing afterwards, we'll go both ways first. Let me actually go over Lost first. So let's say I got to this room and maybe both people went exhausted, for example. If both people went exhausted, or you ran out of cards, or you died in one of the previous rooms, couldn't clear out everybody, the scenario is not completed. Uh, Most of the time, the rules are you can replay it immediately without having to go back to town, without having to redo the road quest or city quest. You can just kind of restart the map from the beginning and play through it again. You know, the hopes the hopes are that if you did that, sorry, grab a drink real quick. The hope is if you played and lost, you could then replay through. You know where the monsters are now. You might, if you didn't loot the chest, you have a chance to get the chest now. We looted that one. We took damage. It's gone now. We looted that one. Got the Ring of Skulls design. That one's gone now. So if I did loot them, but let's say I died in the last room, for example, I could then replay the whole map. The chest would already be gone. I wouldn't have to worry about them. But I still have to kill all the enemies. In this case, we won. So first thing is we need to look at battle goals. So my Brute got the battle goal of use no items during the scenario. It is worth 2 check marks. I did not use my boots. Even though I had them, I never used them. Therefore, he got 2 check marks. So once you get 3 check marks, you unlock a perk. You then would mark a perk on your character, do whatever the perk says, either remove cards, add cards in your modifier deck, or you could ignore negative scenario effects or item effects, depending on what your abilities are. For our Scoundrel, the battle goal was I got 2 check marks if we gained 7 or fewer experience during the scenario. As you can see on there, hopefully, I only gained 7 exactly. So I was trying to be careful towards the end because I was gaining way too much in the beginning, a little too fast, not paying attention. But I gained 7 or fewer, therefore she also gets, come here, 2 check marks. All right, the next thing, once you're done with battle goals, you can do these in any order, by the way. You don't have to do it in the order I'm doing it in. So if you feel like, doing experience first or money first or whatever, do whatever you want. In this particular map, we did not have any extra rewards at the end. We only unlocked 2 new locations. So we did not get like bonus experience, bonus money, anything like that. And the chest didn't have money, so we don't have to worry about that. It was just items, which I'll get for later. So let's do experience next. So when you finish the mission, you can see on our Gloomhaven Helper app, you get 6 bonus experience because of playing level 1. So our Brute got 6 plus whatever he got during the mission, which was 8, I believe. Yep. So he ended up getting 14 experience total. Our human Scoundrel got 7 plus a 6, so 13. So unfortunately, since we're on level 1, we need 45 to level, so we'll be a couple more scenarios at least before we level. Next, let's do money. Let's do the Brute first. I only see 1 coin that I picked up, so I'm pretty sure that's all he got. Each coin's worth 2, so he got 2 gold. I had 10 left over from our boots that I bought in town, so he actually has 12 gold right now. Our Scoundrel, on the other hand, got 10 coins during the scenario. So that's actually worth 20 coins total. And she had 10 coins left over from buying her poison dagger, so she actually has 30 gold at the end of the scenario. Okay. That is pretty much everything for this scenario. We got through it, so I will go in now and mark some of the other things completed. Mark some of the things we completed. Get the Ring of Skulls, get some other things done, and that will do it for the stream for tonight. Thanks everyone who joined. Thanks to Bob the Naked Mule for chatting for a few minutes. And yes, we are looking very forward, both of us, I think, to Frosthaven, the new Gloomhaven expansion coming out. So for anybody who is not aware of what is going on, we can go over that briefly while we're closing out again. I talked about it a little bit earlier. So in March of 2020, there's no date set that I saw yet, but in March of 2020, there will be a Kickstarter for Frosthaven, which is the new Cephalofair game, which is essentially Gloomhaven 2. Excuse me. So I believe he said it's north of the Copperneck Mountains, like somewhere over here, or somewhere kind of northwest of Gloomhaven, it's like somewhere over here, I think to the north. So essentially it's not this map, it's a new map. It's a town called Frosthaven. And the town has been destroyed by things attacking it, basically. You have a new group of frozen Enoxes. They're called Olgoxes, Olgox, I believe. So they look kind of like more furry, Yeti looking Enoxes with like, I don't know, almost like crystalline fists of some sort that I guess they can pummel. They do a lot of melee damage, according to Isaac. That's what they like to do. They like to run up to you and punch you in the face. So they also introduced the six starting character classes. I don't have them all in front of me. Let's see what I can remember. There was a Banner Spear, who is a female human tank style melee character who has some ranged, mostly melee abilities. Can also summon people, and the summons do not get destroyed immediately. If they die, they go back to your discard pile, not your lost pile, so you can replay them. The summons are primarily used for formation placement because she has special abilities that can only be used if people are in certain placement around her. So the idea is the ally would be put in a place where she could do some special attack. Let's see. Then you have the Necromancer, who is I think it was an Aether Necromancer, if I remember correctly. And he summons like undead skeletons and other things to his aid. I believe he had some ranged attacks as well. But he actually loses life as he summons things. And his summons also are repeat summons. If they die, you can resummon them later. You just have to get health back. And then you have, I'm trying to think of the next two. I see them. One is the, I'm trying to think, the Harrower character. It's called Germinate. And it's got two heads in the picture, like two faces you can see. And essentially it has two separate decks. It has a melee deck and a range deck. And there's like a coin or some token or something that you flip over from side to side, determining which deck you use at any given time. And there's 7 cards in each of that one. So like you'll go through these 7, you can only use them when he's in melee mode, and then like if you long rest, you'll switch to the other one, and then you can do the other mode and do like the ranged attacks. So you can switch back and forth. I think they also said there were some cards that might allow you to switch on the fly to like the other deck the next round or something. And then you had the was it Death Warden? Death Speaker? I can't remember. They were a magic class. Essentially, they when they kill people or when people die around them, they summon spirits that aren't summons. I shouldn't say they summon them. They create spirits from the dead, and they can move the spirits around the map to make like a little undead spirit army of some sort. They didn't really explain that too much, but apparently the creator of the Forgotten Circles expansion really has been playtesting that character and likes that character quite a bit. Mythor? I can't think of his name right now. I'll have to look it up. Sorry, I know I'm butchering our names. And then the last two, there was a... what was the guy? I can't remember his name. Oh, no, I missed... There was an Enox character. He was like a hunter-style gatherer character they were talking about. He basically is like a survivor out in the wilderness, so I imagine he's kind of like a hunter style, where he had a bow on his back and he had a club in his hand, and he does some different types of attacks, but he's like a survivor in the woods, so he has a lot of buffs and other things that apparently can help his character survive longer and take more damage, I think he said. And then the last character was a Blink Blade. I think it was Blink Blade. He has some special time tokens that you can use to speed him up or make him slower. So essentially they described him as like a Flash melee character. Flash being the DC hero, the one who has super speed running around. So essentially you could like pay a token and you make him super fast one round so you can actually get faster initiative plus do more damage. But if you don't have a token, you might be slower in the round and then do one less damage. So there were different types of effects based on what the character did. So that was interesting. They did talk about a couple new types of not attributes, negative or positive effects that you could have on you, like the poison and such. What are they called? Attributes? Not attributes. I can't think. I'm having trouble thinking. It's getting late. Sorry. But essentially, they added Bane, which gets rid of the instant kill for most characters that have instant kill effects in Gloomhaven 1. They won't have that in 2. You have Bane now, which is a flat 10 damage to a creature. And monsters can use it on players too. And then there was also a Brittle, which if you basically get partially frozen, then the next attack you take double damage automatically. Without drawing, you just take twice the damage. And then they had a third one, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it was called. It was Brittle, Bane, and something else. Bummer, I can't think of it right now. Anyway, then they talk about building up the town. You're going to get new resources in the game, so you're going to get like wood and metal or steel or ore or whatever. You'll still get money too, but you'll get less money. You won't get money from these anymore. The tokens go away, and you'll have new tokens that you gather. And then at the end, you draw cards to get rewards after a mission. So that'll be nice. It'll be a little more randomized, I think, which will be good because you could get really good things or you could get really bad things. They also said you can unlock secrets that way. So maybe if you get lucky and draw the secret card, you can unlock like a secret item in that scenario. There was talk about the Gloomhaven 1 characters may be playable in Frosthaven. You may be able to kind of transfer them up there. You may also be able to take some items to Gloomhaven. There was a way to purchase them and get them into that scenario somehow with gold. There's a whole crafting system now as well. So you're going to be using items that you gather off these monsters and creatures and actually craft your own items instead of just outright buying them. So I'm guessing you would build like a craftsman shop of some sort, like a weaponsmith or armorsmith, and actually go in there and build the items using parts you have and money or whatever to use items. I'm guessing like these that you buy in Gloomhaven now. What else was interesting? That a month cycle now. He said it might change, but he said basically you have 15 scenarios you play, and once you hit the 15th, if you're in spring or summer, whatever they called that, you actually go to like a fall winter time of the year. And in that scenario, you have different city and road events to pull in winter than you do in like the summertime. So essentially, the winter ones are more harsh because it's Frosthaven. There's more on things in the wild that are trying to kill you and eat you. So the road quests and city events, sorry, not quests, events are tougher in winter than they are in summer. Uh, don't worry about people who don't like Frost for their characters. They are going to try to do an equal number of attributes with all the monsters and different character types. Oh, they're also adding a couple different monsters types. They're the Olgoxes, which we talked about already. They're also going to be some sort of robot creatures that you can add. And 3 of the party members, they showed that you might be able to unlock and make friends with them. There was like an Olgox, new, what are those creatures called? I can't think what they're called. Lurkers. That's what they are. Lurkers. The lurkers actually are getting a possible playable character that you can get if you unlock a thing with them. And there's also a robot character they showed, or robot race, I should say, that you might be able to get friends with. There's also a new enemy race they introduced. I don't remember the name of it, though. But they did introduce a new enemy race today. And a new living undead creature who apparently can cast Bane on you for 10 damage. Let's see. What else was interesting? They're changing battle goals to match the Frosthaven group. They're also changing the personal quests. They're redoing that apparently entirely now. So you have, I won't say necessarily easier ones, but the way he described it is they will be like tiered now. So you do like an easy personal quest, which might unlock a more difficult personal quest, but because now you've unlocked more of the map, you'll be able to do this other quest without having to worry about it taking, 60 scenarios before you can finish something. Because that was one of the complaints with Gloomhaven 1 is you can be really unlucky and get a personal quest card that really, really sucks based on what the card is. So they're going to hopefully fix some of that. Any other highlights? You build up your town. You have to fix walls. Protect your town to Frosthaven. Not much else that I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, 16 new character classes, 100 new scenarios. It is a separate entire campaign. It doesn't mesh with Gloomhaven itself, so you don't have to worry about, if you haven't played Gloomhaven, you can jump right into Frosthaven and not worry about it at all. But the events of Frosthaven happen kind of after your main campaign of Gloomhaven. So if you want to put a time in it, do Gloomhaven first, then you can do the Forgotten Circles, then you can do Frosthaven if you want to go in that particular order. I don't think of anything else, or I can't think of anything else right now that's really exciting in the new stuff, but I'm excited for everything. Gloomhaven has been a game that's just lasted for a long time. Our main campaign, we have a level 7 town in the other box that I play. This one's just for streaming, so we're starting all like brand new characters. So I'm hoping I'm going to try to do more gameplay of this, if it's solo or with Kat, just to kind of progress forward a little bit more. Because I really want to get to some of the Forgotten Circle stuff before the new game comes out. Now, keep in mind, the new game, they already talked about not being released till 2021 for Frosthaven. So it's not like you're going to do Kickstarter and then get it in a couple months. It's not the way it's going to happen. Oh, there's also a beginner's game. What do they call it? Pit of the Lion? Lion's Pit? I can't remember the name of it. Basically, it's a 4-player co-op game that's going to be very light rules for Gloomhaven. And it'll be kind of the introduction game that's coming out September next year. So I would look at that. For anybody who maybe is finding Gloomhaven a little daunting or challenging, try that first. See if they get into the scenarios, the information listed there. I don't know how it's going to play. They didn't really release any info for it, but hopefully they'll give us some more info soon. Other than that, thanks everyone who watched tonight. Thanks to Bob again for chatting in the chat with me and spending a little time with us. Other than that, hopefully everybody has a great rest of the night. Definitely look up the info on Frosthaven if you're interested in Gloomhaven or the new expansion. It looks like it'll be a lot of fun. I hope we'll get more info as the time progresses. It's certainly in March when the Kickstarter campaign launches. But other than that, thanks everyone for joining tonight. I'm Bobby with Day After Day Gaming. Keep on gaming day after day. We'll see you all next time.